Hey guys, so for our last video and our last new content that we're going to be talking about in the ratios and proportions unit, we're going to talk about scale drawings. So what we mean by this is like a lot of times when someone needs to represent something really, really big on a small piece of paper or a small poster, they use a scale. So that way they say like 1/4 of an inch is equal to 1 mile, or 1 inch is equal to 500 miles. It kind of depends on how big the original thing is and how small they want their drawing to be. So we do this a lot with like houses when we talk about like floor plans, like what does your house look like if we kind of like cut the roof off and look at it from above. That requires a scale drawing. Maps is another place you're going to see this a lot. So we're going to talk about converting the scale in scale drawings so that you can figure out how far away things really are. So scale drawings are types of proportional relationships, which is why we're talking about them here in our proportions unit. When given a scale drawing problem, identify the scale and use it to find the unit rate. So understanding like the unit rate is going to help you then understand the scale. You always want to set your unit rate up so that the units you're looking for are in the denominator. So for example, a map has a scale of 2 centimeters is equal to 75 miles. If the two cities are 11 centimeters apart on the map, how far apart are they in miles? So let's set up our unit rate. So let's see here. We're going to do 75. Let's find the unit rate first. 75 miles over 2 centimeters. All right, 75 divided by 2 is, let me just double check and make sure I got that right. $75 divided by 2 is 37.5 or 37.5 for 1 centimeter. So there are 37.5 miles in every 1 centimeter. So we know that they are 11 centimeters apart on the map. 1 times 11 equals 11. 37.5 times 11 is 412.5. So the two cities are 412 miles apart in real life. And this is how we use scales. Okay, the floor plan of a house was drawn using a scale of 3 centimeters to 4.5 meters. Find the actual length of the living room if it is 5 centimeters on the drawing. So let's find our unit rate. How many meters are there in 1 centimeter? So 1 centimeter, 3 centimeters equals 4.5 meters. Let's find our unit rate. If I do 4.5 divided by 3, I'm going to do it on my calculator for the sake of time. 4.5 divided by 3. So that means that we have 1.5 meters for every 1 centimeter. All right, find the actual length of the living room if it is 5 centimeters on the drawing. So to get from 1 centimeter to 5 centimeters, we multiply times 5. 1.5 times 5 is 7.5. So the length of the living room is 7.5 meters if it is 5 centimeters on the drawing. On a map, half a centimeter is equal to 65 kilometers. If China and New Sweden are 4.5 centimeters apart on the map, how far are they really? So here we have 1/2 is equal to 65. So 1/2 of a centimeter is equal to 65 kilometers. Let's get that 1.5 to 1. How much does 1 centimeter equal on a map? Let's see here. 65, so to do this I do 1/2 times 2, because 1/2 plus 1/2 is equal to 1 whole. So to do this I would do 65 times 2, and I should get 130. Yep. So each centimeter is 130 kilometers. All right, so I have 4.5 centimeters. How many kilometers do I have? So let's do 130 times 4.5, 585. And again, I did this on my calculator because you're allowed to use calculators. All right, so to get from 1 to 4.5, 1 times anything is that thing. So I would times 4.5, and to get here, I would do times 4.5. All right, I want you guys to pause the video and do example 4 on your own. Okay, let's do example 5 together. On the blueprint of a house, the master bedroom has dimensions 4 inches by 5.5 inches. So, the master bedroom is 4 inches by 5.5 inches. I think I switched those numbers, but it's okay. All right, if the scale of the print is 3/4 of an inch is equal to 3 feet, what are the actual dimensions in the master bedroom? So, so 3/4 of an inch is 3 feet. Let's see how much. What is 1 inch? So I can kind of look at this and I can say 3/4 divided by 3 would be 1/4. Because to do this, you divide, we forget about this part, divide by 3 over 1 is 3 over 4 times 1 over 3, and that gets us 3/12, which is 1/4. So 3/4 divided by 3 is 1/4. I did that because instead of doing it like a improper fraction, I just changed it to a division problem, changed it to multiplication, flip that second fraction, and multiply it across. So 1 foot in real life is equal to 1/4 of an inch in the drawing. So how many feet, let's see here. So how many feet would be, so how many feet would 1 inch equal? And this time, 1 inch, to get from 1/4 to 1, I multiply by 4. So 1 inch is equal to 4 feet. So let's go back here. So 4 times 4 is 16. So this is actually 16 feet because I did multiply by 4. I have 1 inch is 4 feet, so 4 inches is 16 feet. I'm going to multiply this by 4, and that gets us 22. So the bedroom is 16 feet by 22 feet in real life. If you want me to explain how I got that after the video, I'm happy to do that. Okay, so now we're going to go to our test-taking tip of the day. Remember, this is to help us prepare for map testing. You need to write this down on the back of your notes. Our test-taking tip of the day is to make sure that you're getting enough sleep from now until the map test. It's not good enough to just get enough sleep the night before the map test. So sleep is the time of the day where your body recovers from all the stress and all the worry and all the physical activity that you're doing. Sleep helps your brain grow. It helps you retain information. So you want to make sure you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep every night. For guys your age, you want to be getting like 9 or 10 hours. So that means if you're waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning, you're going to want to go to bed at about 8 o'clock at night. If you can go to bed between 8 and 10, you're doing good. If you're waking up earlier, you want to go to bed earlier the night before. And you want to start this now so that you're in the routine and your body is retaining all the information you're learning these weeks leading up to map testing. We're going to start reviewing. So make sure you're getting enough sleep, and I want you to write down, get enough sleep, at least 8 hours a night.